Hi there, Feisty Chess fans. I am paired with Chunchy Buns on chess.com, a 15-10 game. First and only game of the day today. We've got e4. I'm going to go ahead and play e5. Alright, knight f3. Let's see what white comes up with here in the open games. d4, Scotch. Hey, I just happened to have been studying the Scotch earlier today. Okay, this is the Goring Gambit, I think. I think d5 is a good answer to this. Taking is possible, but I think black usually needs to give the pawn back after that. You know what? I like it when people accept my Mora Gambit. I'm going to accept this Goring Gambit in the spirit of things. Let's pin this knight. We've got our pawn advantage. I got to be willing to give up the bishop pair. Chunchy Buns goes with bishop c4. And now knight f6, I should be okay to meet e5 with d5. Okay, let's just double check this. It's also knight e4. Let's try to simplify things. d5 though, e takes f6, d takes c4. I've got my extra pawn, and when he takes on... Yeah, we can trade queens. Hold on. Okay. d5, e takes f6, d takes c4, queen e7, queen e2 check is a real bother. It's a real bother here. All right. Chunchy Buns. How much of a bother is that? Can I play king d7 then? Or even king f8, is that... I don't like the looks of that. Okay, I don't see... I don't want to allow them to open up the e-file. Let's go with knight e4. That justifies our last move with bishop b4. Okay. Maybe doing an involuntary piece sack here. This is bad. This is bad, guys. I've missed this tactic in some of my games. Queen d5. All right, options. Castling. Taking on c3 right away seems pointless. I can go with knight to g5. I can do knight d6. These things don't really do anything for me. Queen e7. I think castling is the best bet here. We're giving up that knight. This is not a good example. But hey, how many YouTube channels are you going to find how to play a piece down involuntarily? We do have that pawn still. And maybe some initiative at this point. D6 makes some sense. He can't take because I've got rook to E8. Yeah, let's do D6. We're definitely worse here, but we're going to try and go for the swindle. I've been studying the Scotch. That's funny. I did not study the Goring Gambit. Maybe I will after this. Bishop e6 carries a nice little threat of bishop takes c3 and then d5 to win a piece back. That's bishop e6. Of course, white would love to simply trade off pieces. G6 looks really ugly with that dark square bishop. Rook e8. I don't like how that weakens f7. Okay, let's do this. If he takes, I've just got to take back, and then... This is tough. Okay. I think G6 is forced now. But now I have a spot for my queen, I guess, if bishop G5, which seems very likely. Bishop takes has a nice little tactical threat to it. I think I'll go for bishop takes. Yeah. The idea is I'm going to try to play a bishop f5. Okay. I think white made some strategic errors there. My bishops are looking really good. Yeah, I just might answer this with queen d7 and still plan on bishop f5. What about bishop f5 now? No, he can simply take and simplify, and he has a winning ending. can't play g6 or f6. If I go queen d7, probably his best move is queen here, and then I need to clear out this and get my bishop on this diagonal. I could win a pawn with bishop takes here, and then I grab his light square bishop, but once he gets his bishop to f6, it's just no good. Okay, let's go queen d7. I also have f5 ideas that could allow me to defend my dark squares with my f6, with my f8 rook. So maybe if he plays rook e1, I might get lucky and win that piece back. I'm hoping for rook e1 here. Hope chess. Probably rook a to d1 is a better move. He needs to protect that bishop because I have an indirect threat on it. The idea, let's say he goes rook e1. Here's the idea, bishop, yeah, okay, bishop here, and then when the queen moves, I grab, the queen has to defend the bishop, and then I grab this. Then with the queen off that line, it's over. I want to bring a rook to e8. I don't know which rook. I gotta get these arrows off the board here. Actually, after bishop f5, he still needs to defend that bishop with his queen. Am I going to be able to make any use of that? Yeah, then I can get a rook to e1. Let's look at this. Bishop f5. And I can win the exchange if he does guard that with this rook instead of his queen. So bishop f5, his queen has to stay on this bishop, which means probably it needs to stay on this file, in which case I can play rook e1. Let's try this. Rook e8, sorry. Now if he stays on the e file, I just go for rook e8, and I've at least won a tempo. To ask myself which rook, but still. Yeah. All right, this allows me to pick up the exchange at least. But I'm giving up both my bishops and once his bishop gets into f6, it looks like it's over. So I'm looking at bishop takes, rook takes, bishop takes h7 check. Maybe knight takes. Ooh, knight takes. Then it's coming in here. Is h5 any good here? f6 could be okay. It gives his queen a check, a saving check on c4, so forget that. h5 doesn't really act in the moment. All right, I think I can weather this. I think this is my best shot, actually. Bishop takes here, and if his queen, depending on he needs to move his bishop to f6 and his queen to h6, but whichever one he does first. I could play either f5 or h. Let's see. h5. h5 doesn't buy me a whole lot of time, though. Well, I can go king h7. No, then knight comes to g5. It's, tactics are complicated and not in my favor. Giving Chunchy Buns a little bit to think about, at least. Okay, he's gone for that. I think he's going for that now. So I don't have time to get my bishop out of the way, do I? Bishop f8 would be a great move if my rook weren't there. Ooh. Queen f5 looks like it might be a little bit tricky. Seems to guard that bishop. Prevents... Well, he can just take. He can take on d3. But it prevents his queen from coming to h6 because I'll just grab... Yeah, I'll just grab the bishop on f6. Rook f8, and then I've got things basically covered, it seems. If he goes queen h6, I can go bishop f8 with tempo. Sorry, rook f to e8. Let's see. What, knight to e4? That's an interesting try. Take. Knight takes, bishop takes. Okay, I've got to get my pieces active. That rook's got to come here. Maybe if he goes... Queen h6 would be a big mistake here. Okay, let's unpin. Attack that rook. He might be tempted to take the bishop on f8. But I think the fact that my queen is hitting f6 means that he won't have that immediate mate at least. And then material would be closer to equal. Rook e6 is a pretty good idea here too. I can double with some tempo. That's a good move. That's too much simplification. All right, I think queen e6 will still work. White's position is just pretty crushing here. Just trying my best not to get crushed. Chunchy buns. Maybe just h6. As long as his bishop is on f6. Needs protection from that queen. h6 is actually kind of making a threat. Threat of g5. Well, no, the knight's there. There's I'm imagining this and this. There's this sacrifice. Okay. Chunchy Buns getting very creative and resourceful here. I'm somewhat impressed. Yeah, that's a good move. That's a very feisty move. There's no taking that rook. And I'm just about out of time. Time for desperate measures. Not my best game. Maybe my worst. Maybe my worst game. And my computer is running out of batteries. A debacle. Hoping for rook takes here. Not getting it. Yeah, it's basically over once rook takes h7 now. Chunchy Buns is in no hurry, however. Looking for the absolute best. Okay. This allows me to kind of play on. Also threatening to take this rook now. But more importantly, my queen can come back to f8. Funny enough, his best move might just be to play his rook back to h5. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing to be done here. I'll go ahead and resign. Well, there's 5 seconds on my clock. Ooh, good game by Chunchy Buns. Wow. You know, you'd like to say at a moment like this, it happens to the best of us, but it doesn't. It shouldn't happen. Let's see what the computer thinks of this. I think it's the Goring Gambit. So, book move, bishop b4 is a book move, knight f6 is a book move, e5 is best, d5, yeah, knight e4 is just a blunder, obviously, okay. Yet again, my one move blunders, knight e4 allows queen d5. Having a handle on that, having awareness of such moves, queen d5 should be easy to see. E5, let's look at this, and we won't look at the rest of the game because we're short on time. D takes c4. Now I was concerned about this, and I got bishop e6. I mean, that's just a developing move. So yeah, there's nothing to be concerned about here. I got my wires crossed. It still likes white a little bit. Let's just look at this. Queen takes d8. I would be happy to play this with this extra pawn. The idea is, I think, bishop h6. How is rook to g8 an inaccuracy? Oh, rook check. Rook to e8 check. To not even threaten. King f1? What's wrong with bishop e3? Bishop takes c3. King e7. Takes. King e7, and the plan is just to go king f6 and grab over here and retain that pawn. To gain another pawn, in fact. Okay, I would have been very happy with this. Yeah, yeah. Maybe going off a little too much. I thought I had to play king f8 here. But even there, I mean, I'm up a pawn. It says king f8 is best. Okay, they're both good. F takes g7 check. And black is just about castled. It's a little ugly. But those extra pawns on the queen side count for something. Or an extra pawn at least. Queen takes c4. Now rook e8 check. Yeah, black's covering his bases here. So, I should have gone in for this. Next time I'll know how to handle the Goring Gambit. Actually, probably what I should have done is, rather than taking, I think d5 is called the Capablanca defense. Point is, white's played c3, so he can't chase the queen away with knight c3 here. And if, white's going to have to accept an isolated queen's pawn position. Yeah, white is still good here. I mean, this don't take this structural deficiency to mean everything, but this does give black a source of counterplay. He's going to blockade and control the square in front of it. And even, well, queen d6 or bishop e4. Just get his pieces out. Bishop e4 kind of commits you to trading this off. Okay.